One of the things I did right before quarantine, right before COVID, was go to Colombia to get my teeth done. You know, one of the cool things, even if you don't speak the language fluently, is there are so many things that are available where you know, like the technology is kind of international now. So a lot of the dishes I was able to actually just order from Uber Eats, unless I actually wanted to go out to a restaurant. So it was kind of nice that I had local food that was accessible to me, that wasn't in like some sort of giant restaurant chain or something that was like super fancy, and I could just enjoy spending time kind of not almost, not quite, but almost like a local for a week and just kind of order online. And one of the dishes I really enjoyed was ceviche. In Colombia, they actually have a Colombian ceviche that is not spicy unless you want to add jalapenos, and actually starts with cooked shrimp. So and actually has a couple of additional ingredients that I personally like so much. So we are starting with 1 pound of, these are 16 to 20 shrimp, so they're kind of jumbo-ish shrimp. And then I cut them down into, like, I think each shrimp gave me like 4 pieces. The nice thing about cooked shrimp is you can kind of cook it yourself at home. But a lot of the really good supermarkets now carry boiled shrimp that they made that day. So if you're gonna cook a ceviche, you know, within the next day or so, why not just spare yourself some time and actually just get something that's already cooked? You can also use frozen, already pre-cooked shrimp for this recipe. Excuse me. To this, we are going to add red onions. And so much of this is like to your flavor preference. So I don't like a lot of red onion. I think the smell is a little too strong for me, but I love scallions. That's the Asian part in me. So lots of scallions. I think that's like 3 scallions in there. And then cilantro. Again, cilantro is, you know, not everybody likes cilantro. So if you don't like it, you can substitute with parsley so that you have the same texture. Or you can leave it all together if you don't like it at all, don't like that kind of leafy texture in your mouth at all. To this, we're also adding, this is 1 mango. We're going to toss this together. This is so easy to make, and honestly, if you don't want to actually break this down into individual ingredients like the red onions and scallions and the mango and the cilantro, you can actually just buy like a container of your favorite mango salsa. I know a lot of the mango salsas have pineapple in it, so it's kind of up to you if you want to include that pineapple flavor. When I'm trying to do like a quick one at home, for like something that I'm not trying to make like super pretty and fancy, and I kind of want to, it's more about getting it into my mouth, I will often use mango salsa, mango pineapple salsa. But okay, so to this, and so far we don't have any herbs or flavorings or anything like that except for just the raw ingredients. So to this, we are going to add a ½ cup of lime juice. I like this kind of beaker kind of style because it kind of makes me feel like I'm doing like an experiment. So ½ cup of just pure lime juice, unsweetened, none of the, not limeade, you're using a straight up lime juice. And you're also going to add ½ cup of full fat, not the light stuff, and also not coconut cream. So just big full fat coconut milk, which honestly is very creamy by itself. It's amazing, like in coffee. I know there's coconut milk that come in like the cartons, but canned stuff's kind of neat. Oops, half a cup. Until I don't usually measure out. Half a cup of full fat coconut milk. And ceviches are basically, you know, seafood in a marinade. So the Colombian version is often you use the pre-cooked shrimp, but if you're using raw shrimp, I would not add like all these other ingredients, but just maybe let it cook kind of Mexican Peruvian style, which is just in lime juice, before you add the rest of the ingredients for like an hour or two, just to let the shrimp cook. But I honestly think flavor-wise, this is just as good. But I know I'm also not Colombian, so you know my taste buds are not adapted to Colombian cuisine, kind of like a lot of Colombians wouldn't be adapted to like Japanese cuisine. So okay, so to this decent amount of salt, we are using a full pound of shrimp. And the mangoes add that little sweet flavor. And then some pepper. And then if you want, you can add chopped jalapenos. I don't, because I don't have a very strong, I don't really do spicy food very well. So I like peppery foods and like wasabi and ginger and that kind of stuff, but chilies are hard for me. Although I've heard that you can actually train your taste buds to get better at eating spicy food. So maybe that's something that I should do. Okay, so this is our coconut. This is our ceviche en coco de Camaron. Ceviche de Camaron in coconut milk and mango. Okay, so once that's done, we just put some saran wrap on it. I left it out of the freezer too long. It's gotten all sticky again. So we put this all together, and then I am going to pop that in the fridge. Wow, I am like saying the opposite of what I mean. So I'm going to put this. This goes in the fridge for an hour to overnight. While this is in the fridge, I am going to make a really, really refreshing drink that goes perfectly with this and uses a lot of the same ingredients. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back, and while that ceviche de Camaron con coco y mango is doing its thing, is marinating, is kind of cooking together, I'll have a little small bite of it tonight, but I definitely want to eat it tomorrow for lunch. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you this amazing limeade that I had in Colombia. I had it all the time for like the entire week. I know that Brazilian limeade is like super popular right now, which is lime juice and condensed milk and water. But to me, that's a little too much sugar, and it's kind of hard to. I don't know if there's actually a sugar-free condensed milk out there. But this is super easy to make. It uses basically the same flavoring ingredients as the ceviche, so it's kind of great when you pair it together. And because the original ingredients don't have sugar like condensed milk, I can actually use a sweetener that is artificial. So the reason I'm doing it this way is the last 3 or 4 episodes have been pretty high sugar. We've been doing candies and stuff, so I kind of want to take it down just for a couple weeks. Okay, so half a cup of coconut milk. 2 half a cup of lime juice. So literally it's the same proportions as the ceviche. It's like 1 to 1. And because I have a big pitcher, I'm actually going to make a double batch. Another half cup. And another half cup of lime juice. Perfect. Oh, wow. I love it when this is like the Virgo in me. If I can actually finish a bottle during a recipe, then I'm happy because I don't like half bottles of stuff, which is complicated because condiments are never finished right away. So basically in here I have a cup each of unsweetened full fat coconut milk and just pure unsweetened lime juice, not limeade. To that, I'm going to add, the original recipe called for 4 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to do, and that was for the half size. So I'm actually going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artificial sugar packets. Because I think that, because it would be 8 tablespoons of sugar. Which if you think about it, for a big pitcher like this, 8 tablespoons of sugar is probably not that bad, but you can kind of cut sugar corners when you can. Like I can't use artificial sugar in some of the candies that I made because the sugar is part of the candy, like it's 100% sugar. So that's that. Mix that together. And then to that we just add really good cold water. Oops. And that's a liter of water. And that's the drink. I'm doing a little taste test in my beaker. Oh, it's so refreshing. It's like limeade, but it's kind of like a creamsicle. Obviously, sweetening this is totally up to you. If you want it sweeter, you can add more sweetener or sugar if you're using sugar. But you can add rum to this. Oops. You can add rum to this and use this as a base. You can probably just do half water and half rum if you're making like a big kind of party punch. But yeah, this is a perfect drink for summer. It's not super sweet. It's really refreshing, but it has like a little creamy flavor in your mouth as well. I will be back in about an hour and we will put this together and you can taste test the ceviche as well. So I'll be right back. And we're back. It's been about 2 hours. The sun's starting to set. It's a really pretty sunset outside right now. And this has been sitting in the fridge for a couple of hours. I know this will taste even more amazing tomorrow. So this is perfect for my lunch, but I just can't resist. I have to try some right now. So just get this all remixed together. Bowl. And then I'm also going to pour my like really delicious. I don't know why I don't make this more often. I probably should. Sugar-free Colombian limeade made with coconut milk, lime juice, water, and artificial sweetener. Super, super easy. You can add rum to this if you want. You can blend this in a blender and make it like a frozen if you want. But how I usually got it when I got it delivered was just over ice in a plastic cup. So let me try the ceviche burrs. I got this set of these amazing, like, they've got like a fish tattoo on the inside and it's got like a little piercing. I got these like 2 bowls. They're made in Germany by a company. I need to look them up, see what they're making these days, because I've had these for almost 20 years. It actually comes with a coffee mug that also matches it and has also a piercing, but I broke one of them, so I only have one mug. But that's what happens when you hold on to things for 20 years, I think. So let me try this. It's slightly sweet because of the mango. The onion's not overpowering. It's really good and citrusy. And the coconut milk just kind of makes the whole thing kind of tropical and mellow. It's so good. Like I said, you could add jalapenos to this if you want. I don't, because I don't really like the spicy stuff. So tasty. Like the little bits of mango to me, like little dessert pieces. Okay. So that's so good. It's ceviche de camarón con mango y coco, or con coco y mango. The limeade. I know I'm gonna like this too. So good, so refreshing. It's a perfect drink to have on a boat. It's perfect beach drink. It's perfect, good for Colombia.